Get it, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself, I felt it in.
The long-awaited boxing episode is here, man. All right, let me liven this up for the folks, man. Welcome back to Refuse to Lose, man. As you can clearly see, I got the shades back on because I do not want to face half this panel right now. But for the folks that's tuned in, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share this video on 3 platforms. We got YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. If you're on Twitter, make sure you hit that retweet button. Hey, you can also add a quote, man, if you're saying, Spence, where you at? Man, I just want to say what's up. You already know what we're going to do here, man. We're going to definitely talk about that recap. Then we got a couple, a very suspicious top 10 that came out. And then we also got to make some predictions on another fight. But I first want to say, man, what's up to the panel, man? Of course, we got Fast Camp. We got Ricky. We got Ty making his debut. We got Tony. He's back. And then we also got AJ making his boxing debut, man. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's going on?
Man, how's everybody feeling, man?
We should be asking you that.
Look. I just want to make sure. I gotta be respectful. You know, when you come in the house, you gotta greet the guests, man. How y'all doing?
Great.
All right. You know. Before I get to the rundown on the chats and the memberships, first of all, I want to say I'm never wearing a Cowboys jersey before a boxing match, so that's gone. I'm taking these shades off so I can get the business together, man. Look, hey, Michael Parsons, stay away from any sports. All right, that's all I'm gonna say, man. But look, for the folks that's tuned in right now, let me bring these up, man. I gotta tell you about these Instagram chats that we got going on. Oh, I thought I had my 6, but with my 6, there we go. Can't kick people out, man. Can't kick. There y'all go. Y'all back now. So look, we got the Instagram chats, man. You know, for these chats, you get the latest news and updates, and of course, you can participate in debates as well. You know. If you want to be a part of these chats, I'll tell you how to be a part of these chats in just a second. The chats that we have to offer, we got NBA/WNBA, we got NFL, we got Major League Baseball, hats off to baseball with Teddy, my man working overtime right now. We got college football and college basketball. I got to say the same thing for Carl too, man, you working overtime. So make sure y'all check out Carl Talking College, CTC. It's another show on the network. And of course, we got boxing mixed in with a little bit of UFC and a little bit of WWE, but we can say some wrestling too. I guess if you find somebody outside wrestling, you can say that too. But want to say also shout out to Coach. You know, Fantasy Football with Coach. That's another show on the network as well. And if you want to be a part of any of these chats, man, just make the link in the description and you become a member. And the memberships that we have, we got the pro level, the all-star, and the superstar level. The pro level is at $2.99 a month, and with that, you get to join one chat. The all-star level, you know, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you also can join multiple chats. And you got the superstar level, and with that, you get the perks from the first 2. But you can also be a member you can be a guest on the show. And I'll tell you I'll go into a little bit more details, but I know these fellas trying to kill me right now, so let me get this show under the way. Man, so first things first, right? Let's bring everybody back, man. First things first. We got to talk about the most anticipated fight in the last, I won't say, can I say decade, fellas? Can we say decade?
Yeah.
I would say so. Say so.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna say decade, man. You know, you had the truth, Big Fish, Erroll Spence versus Terrance Crawford. We should have known how that was gonna be. Who do I want to start with, man? We got to get some reactions to this fight. And Ty, because your prediction was so spot on in the chat, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, unlike some people, I knew that fight was going to happen that way. Unlike some people, I ain't gonna say their names. I'm gonna
beat y'all up. But because reason I knew that was gonna happen that way is because, like I said in the chat, your boy Spence leaves things wide open when he swings. Has no head movement, can't box going backwards. Going backwards. A few other things, and also of course because Terrance is Terrance. You know, like some people saying that somebody got a glass shield, blah blah blah. But if I do got a glass shield, I want me a glass house that made out of Terrance Crawford glass then, because there ain't no glass shield right there.
It's Gorilla Glass.
But other than that, yeah. So like I said, it was gonna be the ninth round knockout, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad though, because like the whole time I was watching the fight, I was sitting crying for them to throw a flag, like throw the white flag, throw it. This fight is over. Throw it out, please, because I feel sorry for dude for real.
AJ, we gotta mix it up a little bit. AJ, what was your reaction, man?
It was tough. I had Spence as well, so you're not alone. Obviously, I had my dog Big Fish. He disappointed me, man. He just looked, to be real, I mean, he looked chopped from the moment he arrived. If we just called him spade to spade, he didn't look like he was there from the moment he got there. Once the fight started, he looked slow. He looked like he just didn't belong. And Crawford just handled business. I mean, it seemed like after the first knockdown, it's like Spence was just swinging to knock him down, like get his get back almost. You know, that's what it felt like. And it's like, yo, slow down, be patient, fight your fight. You know, I know he's the type of fighter that like to get into other fighters' space, crowd their space, but like that wasn't working against Crawford. And he needed to adjust his game, and he couldn't. And so he got embarrassed, got knocked down 3 times. I was hurt. Luckily, I ain't put no money on it. But, you know, I respected his pedigree. I respected his resume and the people that he fought. I thought he had a better shot. I guess I underestimated Crawford a little bit there. I know he a dog, but I mean, dang. I mean, Spence is also a dog, but I mean, he made him look foolish. So not much else to say. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. I want to see the rematch at 154. That's just me. I do want to see it. I do think that he's a better fighter than what he showed. I think he's a better fighter than what he showed just now at 147. I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch at 154. I think we're going to get that rematch. But, yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't look good.
Ricky?
Yeah, you know, like we said last show, everything we said last show happened. And honestly, we didn't even get the chance to see. I think we probably only got the chance to see maybe 60% of Crawford. We didn't even get to see a full Crawford. You know, and I've been watching Crawford for a long time, and I knew the fight was going to be rough for Spence when he came in southpaw, and you know he right hand dominant, so that's why them stiff jabs was good for them knockdowns. So yeah, it's everything what I thought about. Well, plus more actually. You know, I didn't think he was going to beat him like he did, but I definitely knew he was going to win. So I don't know how Spence gonna get back on that on the rematch, because it'll be the same thing for 154. You can see the skill level is different, the IQ is different, and Spence don't have a plan B. He's a plan A fighter. And once he don't get his way, you know what I'm saying? Once he doesn't get his way or how he want to go, he can't make the adjustment. Even if you try to coach him, I don't think he can make the adjustment in the ring. So
look, Ricky, I'm glad you say that. Fast Camp, Tony, before y'all go, man, I'm gonna say y'all for last, but I'm glad you said that because I want to give my analysis on this fight, and I just gotta play something first. It was Spence, man. I see what y'all saying. I see what y'all saying about Crawford.
It's that cowboy jersey. You don't
look, man. Hey, man. Look. I'll take the jersey off. That's Trey Diggs. He just got paid, all right. But I'll take the jersey off and make the pick.
It's just like seeping in your skin, man. I don't know.
No. I got y'all. Hold on. Only reason I'm going with Spence, right? And it's not the only reason, but one of the reasons why is this guy's the underdog. You all are coming up here. I understand what you're saying about Bud Crawford. He does this. He took Porter down. You know, he got Sean Porter with the big teeth and all his interviews on some. Yeah, man, he hits hard. He fights hard. He's gonna make you do this. He's gonna make you do that. But look, when a guy goes one-on-one with the pavement, you can't really deny that. All right, you can't really deny that. His plan B is when my back's against the wall, I have to show up. If this fight goes 12, we all gonna get a trilogy. If it comes to a knockout, I got Spence landed a knockout. That's all y'all get, man. That's all y'all get. All right. I was clearly 1,000% wrong in this. 1000%. And y'all making the same faces that y'all made when I made that pick. So
yeah, it was the emotional one.
I
It was
put that
definitely an
montage
emotional
together.
pick.
Yeah, man. I had to beat the chat to it. I had to put that clip together, man. I had to add the music and everything, man. But for me, man, I don't know who that was in the ring on that Saturday night, man. I don't know who that guy was. I went back and watched a few of his fights. I'm like, look, man, the aggression is there. I also went back and noticed everything that you all said, that once he start stepping back, once he started going backwards, it's gonna be ugly. But also, he just stopped listening to his corner. And that was one of the things that really made me upset, because it seems like he was out of character. I can see you making that face, but his corner was telling him like once or twice right before that third round started, is like, bro, get out of his way. You're just standing right in front of him so he can keep punching you. Punch at an angle, do something. And he was just like, okay, and went right back out there and got hit again. So for me, man, it was a fight all the way up until that second round started. Fast Camp. Reaction.
Yeah, right when the fight started. He got popped. He got caught. I think that changed the whole fight for him. He came out in the third round. I think he broke his nose. I think he popped his nose. He came down. As soon as he started bouncing and stepping, he dripping. And from there, it was downhill. That was like the most entertaining, one-sided beating I've ever seen. Because it was so entertaining, because it's like you couldn't believe it was happening. Then you kind of, even though I was going for Crawford, you kind of was thinking like he just got to do something. And although he did nothing, he looked totally out of it. I think, like I said, what really was he didn't expect the power. He got popped early. His whole thing changed. His whole game plan just went out the window. He realized he couldn't really mess with his power, and it was downhill from there. And I mean, fight of the year in a weird way, because it was not competitive at all, but it was like just very entertaining to watch him get beat like that.
Tony?
What you got to see was the difference between a boxer and a fighter. That's what you got the chance to see, right? And that's what's going to beat them every time. It's the same thing that I was telling Dave about Mike Tyson, and why Mike Tyson started getting beat so much later on in his career, because he could never change his style of fighting. He always had to come forward, and when he fought a boxer, it showed that he wasn't if he couldn't get you out of there and you can tire him out, Mike was done. But this fight right here was a weird fight. I don't know what Spence thought, but you were talking about what his corner had no answer. They could tell him whatever they wanted to tell him, but Crawford kept putting him in so many positions. The angles he was his footwork and the things he was doing was putting them in front of him like that. It wasn't nothing he could do. He tried to move, but he kept getting cut off, and he kept getting jabbed. And that was the one thing that everybody, his jab is going to do this, his jab is going to do it. He got out jabbed. The man landed 60% of his power punches.
Man.
He landed 60% of his power punches.
And that's crazy.
50% of all his punches that like he landed. I mean, I couldn't watch it after a while. I was like, and they needed to stop that. They should have stopped that fight probably around 6. They probably hurt his career by letting him go further. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you said you would want to see that again. Why?
Yeah, that's my question too. Why you want to see that one again?
That was a massacre. I don't care if they fought at 147, 154, 160, 300 pounds. I don't care where they fought at. You're going to see the same thing again, because he's not that type of guy. He has no, just like Ricky says, he has no plan B. It's plan A. And once plan A has been taken away from him, he's done. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what you're going to tell him to go. I mean, I'm starting to be suspicious about Derek James as a trainer. Right? Like being real, I'm being suspicious of him as a trainer, because I saw a video of him when he was training someone else, and the guy's still doing the same crazy stuff before. I'm like for real, man. I don't know, man. but he should not take this fight again. That clause was there for him. That clause was there for him for the rematch because everybody knew what was going to happen. I'm pretty sure Dirk didn't know what was going to happen because at that press conference, he started making fun of Bomac's weight at the press conference. Why?
Yeah.
What was the point?
Mm-hmm.
There was no point behind that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew what was going to happen. And what happened. He got buried. You know, he got buried and he will never raise from that grave again.
AJ, I'm gonna let you respond to why you want to see the rematch. But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now what his corner was selling him. I'm telling you right now, that is not real. That's what they were selling him. Okay, he was a robot out there. But go ahead, AJ. Tell him why you want to see the rematch.
No, it's I don't have much of an explanation other than I'm just a fan of Spence, and I refuse to believe he's that outclassed against Crawford. Like he didn't. I know that Crawford is the better fighter, but Spence didn't look like himself to me. Like he looked extremely slow, extremely out of it. And
Crawford.
What was that?
Because of Crawford.
Because of Crawford.
A fighter will make a good fighter look bad.
I refuse to believe it, fellas. I refuse to believe it. If it happens again, I'll be first in line to buy because I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that he's that much better. At this point, I realize he's a better fighter, but I want to give Spence. I would want to give Spence, and if I was Spence now, obviously I'm not in his head. I don't know how he's feeling, but I would want to attempt to get that get back. You've never been beat like that ever in your career. You never lost before ever in your career. And as a fighter, that's what fighting is. That's what fighters are made of. You know, fighters are built off of, you know, if I get knocked down, I want to bounce back. I want to give him the opportunity to bounce back. Now, if you don't get it, I understand why he don't get it. If you don't want the rematch, I understand why he doesn't want the rematch. But I want to give a world-class fighter that just held 3 championship belts an opportunity to get his get back. And if he can't get it, he can't get it.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So I hear all the stuff you're saying there, right? Right, and everything about him, right? Tell me a fighter that Spence fought that was anything like, not with the caliber of his, but anything like Crawford.
Crawford,
give me one. Give me one.
Can't match it.
Crawford is
Can't
different.
match it.
Yeah.
Give me one.
It's tough to match. It's tough to match.
There isn't one.
Can't.
There isn't one. Now tell me a fighter that Crawford has fought that has the same style of Spence. You can name
Sean Porter.
Or you can start with Porter.
And that was it. Look, it was just like Porter fight though. If you think about it, it was similar. He got whooped a lot worse, but the fight, the knockdowns are almost identical. That's the Sean Porter fight.
Hold up, fellas. We got a membership 1 month member. Shout out to Joe. He said it's the best boxing content. The best boxing content resides at R2L. And if I do say so myself, yeah. Because look at Ty. Ty, like, I ain't got to say too much. I told y'all I was right. But go ahead, fellas. Continue.
But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But
y'all was comparing the fighters. Saying,
yeah.
Errol's style, like Crawford has fought somebody that resembles resembles Spence versus
Crawford done seen that before, and then definitely, like I said, that Sean Porter fight. If you look at them knockdowns, they're identical, you know, and how he was moving and the angles. I think Sean Porter would have had a better chance of the fight with the distance, but there's nothing for Spence to change in that situation. He's just not used to being in that uncomfortable situation. He didn't have no answer. There's no excuses for him because he can't say it's the crash or anything. Like, you don't have all these different fights before you got to him. You know what I'm saying? So he got absolutely no excuses of why he looked like that.
But I
want
to touch on one thing too, where y'all was talking about how Spence may need to change his trainer. And if you think about it, he definitely would. I know there's a lot of talk about saying he needs to be broken down and built back up, you know, just because of the style in which he got beat, the way in which he got beat, and the style that he fights with. But if you think about it, like from the from when this fight was talked about behind stages, when these two boxers kept meeting in person, of course, all those videos kept coming back up on YouTube, and you could see it. Like, you just notice the poise from Crawford. But notice sometimes when a boxer is that poised versus their corner, it seemed like from the beginning of when this fight was announced to every single press conference, all the way down to the weigh-in, they were like a combined force. They were one unit. everybody was on one mission. And Tony, which one? I forgot which one of you guys said it, but the jokes, Tony, you said it. The jokes at the last press conference about Bomac's weight. It was in that moment. I was like, bro, what you doing? Like, as a trainer, this is not the moment for that. And you heard Bomac was speaking facts. We've been here before. You trying to get here, and you talking about my weight. Like, it was all personal from there. So, and watching Frank Martin, you kind of seen it there. You're like, what, isn't that the same trainer? Look at the Frank Martin fight. He barely won that one.
Derek James don't have no advancement with his fighters. It just, I guess, it looks like he can't advance with them. Just look real basic in the fundamentals sound. So,
go ahead, Fashion.
Right. Yeah. He has a style. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of all, when you look at the ones who've been there, not Ryan and not Joshua, but Martin, Charlo, and Spence, they all the same. They seeking destroyers. And what happens is once they come up against someone who can match their energy, there's no plan B. And so like, yeah, I'm not going go in on James like that too hard, but I do think that now you got to let Spence fly because he needs plan B. He needs a different style because to me it's a little far-fetched to think that Derek James can turn him into a different type of boxer with all his fighters are fighting the same way. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, no disrespect or nothing, or don't even, I don't even want to put it in a situation where he's like, oh, you got to choose loyalty and this and that. But like for the greater good of Spence, with all the stuff that they're saying that they're seeing and what he's been through, it would do him some justice to actually learn how to box rather than just beat a guy down and slug him. So I would suggest that he goes seek out, another trainer just to get another style, because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit him. He's still going to have that seek and destroy because that's who he's made of. But then also, too, he can have something, for a plan B if he runs into, people like Terrance Crawford or something like that, especially if he goes up, because now he has to deal with harder, bigger punches, bigger guys, which, can be a problem, too, because of what we're saying, what's going on up there. So I say he bounced.
Let me ask you this, and this is for the panel too, but let me ask you this, AJ. If I'm with you, not even gonna ask you, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm with you with the rematch if he does get another trainer and it's not in December. I'm with you on that. Because again, like he definitely got whooped. Like he got cleaned up.
He did.
But for a guy that did take those 3 belts, you kind of gotta give him that. Like the way Crawford went out there and beat him, and the style in which he beat him with, because he never made Crawford switch styles. Like he stayed in the same exact style the entire fight and just kept beating him with that jab. Like I want to give him a little bit of be like, look, bro, you can probably get him this time. However, he does need another trainer because of that plan B, because y'all talked about Porter. Porter made him switch his style because remember the clip went out, you're down, and he came out, knocked him down, and the fight changed after that. So Spence gets out there, and then let's say he is winning a couple rounds, and who's to say Crawford's corner don't do the same thing, and then he switches up, and Spence is like, whoa, I ain't seen this before. I think Derek James is the guy for that.
I agree. I echo the same words. I just, like I said, y'all are more so of the boxing experts. I speak from a fan perspective. I don't really speak from the analytical perspective when it comes to boxing. I'm more so of a guy that just likes to watch the sport and not dive too deep into, the fine details. So as a fan of the sport and as a fan of him, I'm like, it's no way he gonna lose like that again. No way. After you see the guy, obviously he seems to be more talented, but I agree. You switch up trainers and you give him another opportunity at the same opponent. Does he lose again? Probably. If we're being 100, probably. But does he lose that bad again? Does he look that bad? Does he look so outclassed again? I don't see that. And again, as a world-class fighter like himself, like I know he wants that get back. I know he's the type of guy, he's made of the type of stuff that says like, nah, you're not gonna get me like that again. You may get me, but I'm gonna make you work this time. You got to try to get them belts back.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
He take that fight in December, it's gonna happen like that again. My bad.
Yeah, it's gonna happen like that again. Yeah,
I do agree. He got to wait it out a little longer. He got to wait it out a little longer.
He needs that Apollo Creed for Rocky type thing, right? Like I always go in there and think of those movie type things. He needs that type of thing right there. Someone is going to take him and be like, all right, you got this right here, but let's do this right. Let's change it around and do some other stuff in here. Will it matter? No, it won't matter regardless. Like he'll still lose, right? Now, will he get beat like that? Probably get beat the same way, right? I mean, it's not going to matter because he's going to need to test that style out against another fighter before he goes and fights Crawford with that style. Yep. He's not going to be able to just go out there and be like, "Oh, I got something new. Let me see if you can figure this out." And then 30 seconds later, he's in there like this again. Right? so
said you bust around and break your neck.
Man. So that's what I'm saying. Now here's the crazy thing. I was watching the Stephen A. Smith show, right? I was watching that, right? And he had Teddy Atlas on. Teddy Atlas thinks he needs to take a whole year off. All right, and I can see why he's saying that, right? I can see why he made that type of judgment about him, because I don't know, like if he took this in March of next year, I still wouldn't think he'd be ready. Right? I just think that there's something. It's something psychological when you get beat like that, especially when you've been hearing how great you were, how much of a fighter you are, how you break people down, how this right here, people are soft as tissue, and and because of you, that's how they are. And then all of a sudden you come out there and you looking like, most people put that meme up of Martin when he fought Tommy Hitman Hearns. You come out and you're looking in the mirror, and that's what you're seeing in the mirror, right? What do you say to yourself and when you see yourself in the mirror like that? Psychologically, man, he's beat psychologically. Forget about what his face looked like. He's beat psychologically because not only did he lose 3 belts, he also lost $1 million. If you guys remember that.
Yeah.
So not only did I get beat, but I had to write a check for $1 million and hand it over to the guy that just beat me. Like that's the psychological things, right? No matter how much money you made for this fight. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't take that fight if I was him. I would move on to 154, take somebody small up there, and about another like 7-8 months, take somebody up there that's not known or as a warm-up fight, and then maybe go out there a belt up there or something like that. But nah, leave Crawford. Now if Crawford follows him up there, which he said he's going to do, that's gonna be pretty tough because now you're back in the same division with the same guy that just beat you and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I wouldn't take it again.
I'm glad you said that because now that leads me to this question: because we gotta talk about Crawford a little bit. I know we gotta give Crawford a little bit of something.
Definitely give my man some props. He needed, man.
Because we went through, of course, we gave Spence's Kleenex and he on the couch. We talked to him already. Like, all right, bro, now we gotta go talk to the winner.
Yeah.
What's next for Crawford, man? He after he put the pause on him, he started yelling in the crowd, telling some you next. Everybody know who he was talking to. He was talking to the Charlo. But you got Boots all in the interviews, making phone calls to Gilly, talking about how he want this fight. So I gotta ask you, Ty, what's next for Crawford?
I think he probably gonna go up and fight Sue after after he takes Charlo's belt on September 30th because they're gonna give it to him anyway. So they're gonna fight him after that.
Fast Camp?
Yeah, I think that's a good look for him. Fight Zoo, force the Charlo fight. He pretty much forcing the Charlo fight at that point. That Zoo fight ain't no joke though. But I say he go after that. He don't need Spence again. Go get Zoo, get that belt, force that, and then retire.
Yep.
Ricky.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with them too. He gotta go that way, even though I do want to see him fight Boots. But Boots, you might gotta find another way to make this thing happen. You gotta be your own star at this point because he got all these opportunities and he ain't getting none but he just turned 36. So he making all the smart moves so he can come out clean. So yeah, I agree with everybody else.
AJ?
Yeah, I'm co-signing. I still want the rematch, dang it. I don't care. I still want Spence to get his get back, or at least the opportunity to get his get back. But if that's not gonna happen, then I agree. Gotta go after Zoo and then Charlo.
All right. Tony?
He'll get back on his back. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. But no, in all seriousness, I mean that's the only thing he can do is move up because there's nothing for him in 147. Boots ain't ready. I hear you, Ricky. I hear Errol.
He ready though, Tony. He ready, Tony.
Man,
I'm trying to say it's gonna shock y'all. Y'all gotta.
Look,
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Canelo wasn't ready for Mayweather, right? But what happened after that fight? It made Canelo. Boots need that.
I hear you saying that sounds like that benefits Boots more than Crawford though.
What you was about to say, Fast Cam? I know you about to say something. Go ahead.
Nah. I see what you're saying, but in the essence of the Crawford and him, yeah. I mean, he ain't, because you're saying Boots is ready. Boots ain't ready for Crawford, but that I do think turns him into a monster.
Yeah,
he gonna get punished by Crawford because he ain't seen that caliber of boxing yet. But I can see what can happen after that. After that fight. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
It's best to take your loss to an elite fighter than a bum, because if you take it at an elite fighter, it saves your career. You can still bounce back, you can still move around. But if you get somebody that's not top, if you lose a fight to somebody that's not top tier, that just makes your name go down, and the revenue doesn't catch up with you, So
yeah,
the suit fight will be a good warm up, right? For Crawford, right? It'll be a good warm up fight for him. But what he wants, and see, I don't. So, another incident happened, during that. I think it was the weigh-in. Another incident happened down there with Charlo. You remember that?
Oh,
hey, come on now, man!
Right?
You ain't have to hit yourself like that, man.
Man, shoot, man.
Clan did that a little harder though.
Charlo should have hit himself the way that was. What the heck was that?
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he may want to. I don't. So the one thing that he was doing this right here. Charlo was doing this right here before the fight happened. Have you guys heard anything from him since?
He got something else happened in the parking lot.
You heard anything from his brother?
But something happened in the parking lot, so he had to handle that.
His brother saying,
his brother. I ain't refuse to lose ain't the platform for me to tell that story.
He ran and got his brother.
Nah. It's something happened with some ladies, but look, man, go look it up. Go look it up.
I got it. Well, all I'm saying is that the suit fight would actually be a great warm up for Crawford to move up to that weight class, and then maybe challenge for whoever has the belt at that point in time.
And Tony, the last words we heard from his brother was him yelling at Spence, like, "Get up!" That was the last thing we heard. But Joe, we definitely, I mean, what more love can we give a guy that went out there and put on that masterpiece? Because Joe put in the comments, he's like, "Can we get more love for Crawford, please?" These 5-word answers. I mean, the proof is in the tape. There's not too much we can really say. He came, he saw, he conquered. That's exactly what happened. But
y'all think he gonna do at 154 though?
He do it again, man. Look, I don't know. We gotta start making some phone calls, man. We do it again.
Like I said, the weight he knows the weight get put on, the hits a little harder, get a little different. So will he do the same thing at 154?
We gonna see. Actually, man, that drove the conversation to talking about top 10, and people start talking about Mayweather. But one thing we will say to conclude that whole conversation or the reaction is he is the illest in Nebraska. Okay, he answered that flat out. He's about it, fool. Right. But so Ty, you put this in the chat, and I know you and Fast Camp, y'all have y'all words about the top 5s and top 10s on who y'all think is there of all time. But we more so another ranking came out from ESPN. It was more like a pound for pound, and he had the top 10 fighters. You all have it, but I'm also for the people on the audio adventure. So here's the rankings in order. Number 1, Terrance Crawford. Number 2, Inoue. Number 3, y'all gonna have to help me now because these names are getting a little crazy. Usyk. Okay. Number 4 is Canelo. Mm-hmm. Man, you gotta go to school for this. Number 6.
Number 5.
Oh, number 5. See what I'm saying?
Bivol, right?
Look. All right, so number 6 is Tyson Fury. Mm-hmm. Number 7, take it away.
Vita Beavis.
There we go. Number 8.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8 is Devin Haney. Mm-hmm. Number 9 is Shakur Stevenson. And number 10 is Tank. So Ty, because you put this in the chat, I'm gonna let you start this topic again, man.
Well, of course, number one, of course, it's going to be Terrance. Number two, of course, I can't say his name anymore. Anyway, but number three, I won't put Usyk there right there. Honestly, I would probably put Better BF at number three, and then after number three, I'll probably put Canelo at number four, and then number five would be Fury. Then number six will be Bivol. Number seven, I have Haney. Am I going right? Yeah. So got Haney. Then after that, I got Tank. Then after that, I got Stevenson.
Okay. So read that list off one more time.
Terrance, Inouye. Then I got Better BF. Then I got Usyk. No. Then I got Canelo. Then I got Fury. Then I got Bivol. Then I got Usyk after that. I got Usyk after that. Then I got Haney. Then Tank. Then Shakur.
All right. Fast camp? Or you still writing? I'm gonna let you go then, Tony. Tony, you look like you ready. Tony, you ready?
Sort of, yeah. So I got Crawford, Inouye, Usyk, Canelo, Better Be This, Fury, Bivol. Man, this is like it's tough. I actually got Stevenson, Haney, and then no, actually I got Davis, Stevenson, and then Haney is 10.
So Davis, Stevenson, Haney. All right. Ricky, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, gotta get Terrance's crops. Terrance number one. Anyway, then I'm gonna put Canelo. And then under Canelo, then I'm gonna put Usyk. Then Better Biv, Arthur. I put Arthur right there. Then Tyson. And who else I'm gonna put right there? I need Tyson. Did I say Bivol yet?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Bivol, Tank, Shakur, and Davis gonna be the last. No.
I'm about to say you said Tank twice.
No. Take that back. Sorry. Haney is gonna be my last. I'm gonna put Tank above Shakur, and Haney. Yeah, Shakur gonna be 9, and Haney gonna be 10.
Okay. AJ, I know you speaking from a fan perspective.
Right, yeah.
So what you got?
I was gonna say I can't really order these guys because I haven't seen all of them fight. And I don't want to disrespect nobody. I got more so of a question though for the panel.
Okay, there you go.
So because
hold on before you ask that question, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring Fast Camp back.
Okay.
I know he got his. You back?
Yeah, I don't mess it up with this connection or something. All right, go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, we just need the 10. You got your 10?
Yeah, I got my 10.
All right.
So I'm it's something to say about Undisputed. So those gonna always be up top for me. So I'm gonna go Crawford, Canelo, Charlo, Haney. Then I'm going Fury. Then after that is Usyk, Better BF, Bivol, Inouye, and then I'm giving Tank that 10.
Okay. All right, so AJ, you can go ahead and ask your question now.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen all of these guys, most of them, but I haven't seen all of them fight. And I don't want to disrespect nobody and have somebody lower than what they should be. I guess my question to you guys though is, why is Tank so low on everybody's rankings? Every time I see him fight, he looked dominant in every single fight.
No belts.
He ain't fight nobody.
No belts.
No belts.
Yeah.
No top 10.
He just per entertainment. So I can't really say he's fighting for the means of everybody else on this list. You know, he just per entertainment. He's a great fighter. He just, he's very entertaining. He does bring the money, but that's the only reason why he fights.
Right.
Stevenson fought more guys so far than Tank.
There we go.
I got Stevenson last.
I think he's
Stevenson got a different path.
Yeah,
he had a different path.
He got a different path. He coming out the Olympics. He's still young in the game. He's moving up. He's trying to get the fights. But Tank can make any fight. So the difference in between Stevenson and Tank is that Stevenson can't go call the shots. Tank the money man. Tank can call the shots on every last one of them dudes there. He's choosing not to. So that's why Tank gets ranked so low. I believe in his skills. I believe in his power, but he's choosing not to fight these guys. He's choosing this money, Rolly and Ryan Garcia versus fighting. Like he could have been for Lomachenko.
Yeah,
he could have been for that and put a lot of stuff to bed. He didn't. He could have fought Teofimo. He didn't. So this is why pure boxing fans and enthusiasts don't rank him as high, because he's really not utilizing his skill set. He has literally fought nobody.
And going off of that is the only reason I would probably put Haney above him, because he went out and fought Lomachenko and he also has a belt. But I'm not putting Shakur over Tank right now. I don't care which route he take. He can take 495, 295, 395. Nah.
You shouldn't put Haney up there either.
I got it because he actually went in the ring with Loma. He actually went out there and did it.
He lost it, but yeah.
I was just about to say that from and maybe y'all can educate your boy, but like as a fan, it looked like Haney got handled by Loma. Looked like he got handled. Looked like he lost that fight. I blame Loma for blowing that last round.
No,
it was too close. It was a too close fight.
They got to take the belt.
I get it. I get the mindset, but like from the outside looking in, it looked like he lost that fight. To me, it looked like he clearly lost the fight. But then to go back and say that he won by unanimous decision was absurd to me. That was absurd.
Look at the numbers.
I know he landed a lot of body shots. He landed a lot of shots. He landed a lot of body shots, but the body shots didn't seem to hurt Lomo at all. And it seemed like Devin had really no answers throughout the fight. He was going to his corner like, look, he know my every move. He know exactly what I'm trying to do.
But that was later in the round.
He was confused. So I mean, that's fair. But I don't know how I feel about Devin Haney as a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Devin Haney. I think he's a wee bit overrated. I think if he sees Stevenson or Tank, I think he hitting the deck.
Look, as you speaking from a fan, I think everybody on this panel will probably say the same thing. To me, I see why you on the fence with him, because I'm on the fence with him. Go ahead, Tony.
You just made another Crawford Spence comment there, right? About Shakur and Tank. That's very much the same comments right there, bro. Like you gotta.
What Haney?
Yeah, I don't. So here's my thing. I like Tank. Tank is very skilled, right? But I don't know about either one of them getting in the ring with Shakur. Like Shakur is starting to come up, and he's fighting for a purpose. He's fighting for a purpose right now, right, bro? So I don't know why anybody still think that he could that those guys getting in the ring with that guy is going to be something different. Haney's getting beat bad, right? Because he's a lot better than Lomo. Well, not a lot better than Lomo, but he's going to start off quicker than Lomo did. Lomo, if that fight was a 15-round fight, it's a totally different thing, right? It's 12, but I don't think that your guy is going to get in the ring. He could have fought Shakur already too. He could have fought all of them, right? Like just like Fast Camp is saying, he's been ducking in a lot of fights that he could have taken and could have still made the same money. But it's just the fact that I don't think he's confident about the outcome. He talks a lot. He talks a lot. I mean, he came in there and started talking about getting in the ring with Crawford. Yeah. And you saw my comment. I can't mention my comment in the chat, but you saw what I said. He's going to write a check that I know is can't cash.
When it comes to Crawford, I agree with you on that. Hold on. But I watched Haney. To me, right? Haney seems to play with his food too much when he's in the ring. Like the fighters that I've seen him fight, he clearly could have ended that fight earlier. Maybe people want to say it's because of money. People want to say because of the entertainment factor. But if you ask me, it looks like he plays around too much. And because the faith that I have in Tank's corner, they're not gonna go in there and play with that boy because they know what caliber he's coming with.
What, Haney?
No. I mean Stevenson. My bad. I mean Shakur. My bad. Y'all. I meant Shakur. Yeah,
Oh,
Shakur. But Shakur.
you
I'm
said
sorry. That's what I
Haney.
meant.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
bad. Shakur.
Okay.
Shakur's last 2 fights that I watched. The first one before the one he fought. I mean, he always fighting in New Jersey, but I forgot the guy he fought. It looked like he played around with him for like 12 to 10 rounds. Like, why are you doing that? You're clearly the better boxer here. Stop playing. Then the next one, I think he went actually and went and got the knockout. Was it Cambosa?
It wasn't Cambosa, was it? Who was it?
The very
It was,
last one?
I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Cambosa. Who was it? The guy he fought.
His last fight, he impressed me a little bit more than he did the fight prior to. And that's what made me be like, okay, so if he gets in the ring with Tank, it's actually going to be a fight. But the one before his last fight, I was like, nah, Tank is going to clean him up easy. I'm not going to say it's going to be a flat out easy fight for Tank, but I think Tank wins that.
But check that. We saw that that what was it, 20-minute round thing Calvin Ford was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we heard about Devin getting in, we heard, you know what I'm saying, 2 sides of the story or whatever. Tank got him early and then it evened out. You know, we heard Broner say that. You notice Calvin ain't say much about what happened in that fight or in that sparring session. So that leads me to think that Shakur handled his business or he prevented anything from happening. Because the way Shakur talking about everybody, I think Shakur just a little immature, and I don't know, he be out there with what he be saying, and then it's so funny. Then he'll show up in your locker room taking a picture, smiling, you know, all crazy or whatever. But yeah, for as much smack as he talking, and it really seemed like Tank is tired of it, you know, with that last thing that he said. Like, look, we enemies now. If Tank, you know, handed it to him in that sparring session, we would know about it. And I think that says a lot to probably how the fight goes. I mean, I think the best thing you can do against Tank is be patient. You know, not rush in there, not, you know, go all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. And that's one thing Shakur going to do. So I think Shakur does well in that fight. You know, but we got to see it.
I mean, think about the whole thing about that they're talking about right now. They're talking about him when he tells about when he first got into the sparring with Crawford. You know, when Shakur first sparred with Crawford, right? And how he said I got my butt whipped in there, right? They're saying right now, when they spar right now, that he's holding his own in the ring with Crawford. That's what they're saying. They're not saying that he's running from him. They're not saying it. They say he's handling himself in there. Like, he still loses, but it's not nothing like beforehand. He's learning.
You talking about that first clip where he said he went over there and he beat him up? He said, I ain't never been beat that bad before.
Talking about it now, and he says, nah, I handle myself in there with him now. Like, it's fine, because he's learning. He's becoming more of a boxer, more of a thinker in the ring. So now he's in there with them. Like, he says that he comes in there and Crawford gets him and stuff like that. He does, but he gets Crawford sometimes too, and they go back and forth, and it's even. So if he can stay even with what we calling the best guy in boxing, pound for pound, and for boxing, what do you think is going to happen when he get in the ring with those two dudes?
Nah, but he haven't felt that tank punch yet.
I don't think he will.
He haven't had that power yet. So I haven't seen Shakur tested what I can say he's resistant to hard punches. So and we know Tank coming as a tank, and that's what he's known for, putting them down. So can he take that power? Like, I know he's swift, he can move around, he's an excellent boxer, but can you take those punches when they land?
See, I see that, but then that makes me think about what Fast Camp just said. If Shakur's smart enough, like you said, he's been training with Crawford. If he's smart enough, then he'll be patient enough to make sure Tank doesn't hit him with one of those. Now, he is young, and you know that ego does kick in. And if he's just looking around and like Tank hitting him with a couple body shots, and then he's like, you know what, I'm about to go in this, then I can see Tank going for the kill. Like, it's over. If you try to rush Tank, it's over for you.
Nah, Tank IQ is up there. I want to say Tank IQ is up there with them.
It is.
So you when your IQ is up there, because we done seen a Tank done fight with his broken dominant hand, the broken left. We done seen him fight taller opponents, you know, opponents that rush him. So he fits to have the same IQ as a Shakur. So it's like, okay. He's, like I said, he's like a somewhat like Crawford. He's adaptable. So when Shakur starts showing certain signs and he starts seeing certain things, he gonna go in and get him. But it's like, okay, what's Shakur going to do? Is Shakur really adaptable in the ring? Can he hold his own against that power that Tank has? I know I definitely got him beating Haney. No question about that. That might even be a knockout. But to come against Tank, no, I don't know yet. Like if I was Shakur, I wouldn't take that fight unless you want some money. Go get them belts. Go get some belts. Go make a name for yourself. Come a big dog. And then make these decisions and start calling these people name out here. I know he's trying to get up there because he's not getting the fights he wants, but don't scream too loud.
Yeah, I've got one more question because all of you basically got Crawford at number one. Of course, what can we say, right? He is number one. Who do you have take out of your top 10, or just anybody out there? Who's knocking him out of that spot, or do you see him holding that down? Is it really Crawford's error?
If he retire.
It's his error. I mean, at the weight class he in, yes, I would say it's his error. If he go 154, I have to see it. We haven't seen him at 154 yet, so I don't know. But at the class, yeah.
Well, at this point, whatever Crawford say, I'm a believer. So if Crawford say he can go to 54, he can go to 54, and he believes he can do it. And so, I got him. In regards to your question, I don't see nobody making that leap because I think Crawford can still lose at 54 in his first fight and still be there almost like how I didn't hear everybody else's. I don't know where Canelo placed, but I still got Canelo at 2.
He basically top 5 for everybody.
Top 5? Okay, yeah. So I still got Canelo at 2. Because, like you said, he went up to a weight class that wasn't his, but he's still that man down there at 68. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Bud's still that man at 47. I mean, if he go up there and touch it, and Zoo, gives him a tough fight, you know what I'm saying? I doubt if he knocks him out, but if you give him let's say the exact same thing happens to and like Canelo did with Bivol, I still see him up there because for the first fight, I mean. Bud's a small dude. Like people forgetting like where he came from. So is he supposed to be at 54? No. You know what I'm saying? Just like Mayweather, when Mayweather went up there and fought Canelo for that belt, I remember the day of he weighed in at 150. When he weighed in at 150, and he still fought the fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think. It's going to take a lot to knock Crawford off that. Some people will do it. ESPN and whoever will do it, especially the way Inoue rising. That's the person that I would say would do it. Is that because they're on that bandwagon of him. So if Inoue just for the next 2, I don't know where he at, 25, 26, whatever, and then go to 30. And right before he reaches the real competition at 35. And if he like goes and do that for the next 2 weight classes, I can see Inoue jumping way up, but everybody else, I don't really think so.
Okay. Tony?
I mean, I got nothing to add to that. I mean, how it's his world. I mean, he said it already. He said they talked about errors and stuff like that, and he said, it's just Terrance Crawford era, and that's what it is. In a way, will be the only one I can think of, like Fastcam said, that would possibly take over. And that's only because of the popularity from the sports world and how people have. I mean, I'm not saying they're hyping him up because he showed that he was a monster that Tuesday night just before this fight. So it's not like you can really say it's a hype, but yeah, Crawford is different. And he said something too, like everyone was talking about, Spence. Struggling to make that weight. He said he was struggling to make that weight too. Yeah. So he was like, hey, I struggle to make 147 also. 154 may be perfect for him because he's struggling to make the weight at 147. So we don't know. We really don't know until he fights there. It was the same thing they were saying about him at 40 when he came from 40. When he 40 and to go to 47, everybody was like, oh, he's too small. He's not going to be able to hurt nobody up there. He's not gonna, I mean, last time I checked, he's 8-0 with 8 knockouts. So, I'm just saying. So we don't know what's going to happen until they actually get in there and fight, and he gets in and fight there. Can he take that body work that they like to throw up there at 54? So we'll see.
Well, we have you all's top 10 is now documented. So if you all want to come back and watch this episode, of course, they're going to be broken down into individual segments. We're going to take a commercial break right quick so you guys can go to your corners right quick for a second while I get this business out the way. If you're watching right now, make sure you hit that like button, man. You're getting high quality boxing content right here from professional analysts. I'm gonna say professional because you guys are teaching me something. And hey, you even get it from a fan perspective. Shout out to you for coming on, AJ. Make sure y'all click the link in the description to become a member. Again, we got the 3 tiers. You know, we got the pro level, the all-star level, and the superstar level. Right now, they're saying the superstar. You might need to change that for a week, Joe, if we can. Change it to the Crawford level because that's where everybody need to get at for $9.99. You know, you at that all-star level, you want to be the Tanks, the Shakurs, you know, for $4.99, you could do that. And then, I mean, if you're trying to bounce back and you at that pro level, you know, like Spence is, you're trying to regain yourself for $2.99 a month, you could be a pro too. But again, hit the like button. We got Instagram chats. The chats we have to offer is NBA/WNBA. We got the NFL. We got Major League Baseball. Hats off to baseball with Teddy. We got college basketball and football. Carl talking college. My man turned up right now. We also got boxing mixed in with a little UFC and wrestling, as you can see here. But before we close the show out, I mean, past camp, you had 2 of these guys in your top 3, and they fight. Or is it Jamel? I can't never get it right with these Charlo twins, man.
Yeah, Mel. I mean, Canelo, I just don't see Mel being able to do it. I think Mel, you know, is coming from the same, you know, situation Spence is, and he's not going to be able to, you know, fight fire with Canelo. That's a freight train coming, and I don't think he's going to have a plan B. Like, you know, he had trouble, you know, getting the undisputed. He had to fight dude twice. You know, dude came straight. We talking about Canelo now, so I just don't see it happening. I actually see probably a late knockout. It will be competitive, and it will be competitive early, but I don't know. I mean, just hopefully this doesn't, you know, ain't the downfall of Derek James' gym.
Man, AJ, who you got winning?
I got Canelo, man. I trust the track record. I trust the hand speed. The defense is exceptional. I think he's a great fighter. I think I got Canelo, man. I think he wins this relatively easy. I don't think it's going to be as competitive as some believe. But again, that's fan perspective. That could be another blasphemous comment, but I think Canelo goes in there and handles business.
Hey, man, it's not a fan perspective, man. Everybody got boxes. I mean, everybody got punches chance. But coming from Derek Jenkins camp, we don't know yet. Tony, what you got winning, man?
So, last episode I was kind of stuck because I don't know what's going to happen, but I got a chance to see a little bit more of Canelo after a while, and seeing what he's doing right now in the gym. And he looks like he's back to being the old Canelo. You know, I think that thing is out of his head now. So yeah, I kind of see it, like Fast Camp saying it being very competitive at the beginning, right? But I see that body work killing him, and and then once he dropped his hands, which he's known to do, once he dropped his hands, it's over with, man. Because I don't know where his chin is when it comes down to that. And you talking about a guy that, you know, that fought at a different weight class, you know, and bringing that power in with him. Canelo's going to knock him out probably about the 9th, 10th round, something like that. He's just going to wear him down. He's going to do to him what Spence said he was going to do to Crawford. That's probably what's going to happen. He's going to come in there. He's going to probably beat him in a submission, and he'll probably give up in there. Plus, you know, I mean, when you get slapped, just
slap back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. my bad. Ty, who you got winning and why?
I got Canelo winning. Reason why I got Canelo winning. Few things wrong with Charlo's boxing. When he jabs with his left, which they're known for, his squad known for jabbing, but when he throws his left jab, he always drops it. And you know, fighting Canelo, you don't want to drop anything because Canelo's swift, and Canelo's gonna hit with a left hook, knock him out probably between 5th, 7th round.
Ricky,
you know I'm going with Canelo. That's my favorite fighter, so I'm gonna go with him. And I got him getting knocked out early, so I'm going 4 through 6. But definitely I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. He gonna get caught. It's like what he's gonna do once he get caught, and I think it's gonna be easy money for Canelo. Canelo's just, yeah, I see him dominating the fight. I can't even put no more to it.
Well, I learned my lesson the last time. Anytime you got a panel of people who know what they talking about, don't go against the grain, all right? Like a bad haircut. So I'm going with Canelo too, all right? Charlo, look, you all just said it, and I noticed it. It got to be Derrick James. Why is all these boxers known for dropping their hands? Like, the proof is in the pudding, man. You keep dropping your hands, and you're going to end up outside the ring talking about some who next. Wake me up. So I'm going with Canelo. But before we get out of here, man, we're going to get these last words out the way. Again, I want to say, man, I appreciate you guys for showing up. I mean, it wasn't that hard to send the invite out this week. Once Ty heard I was wrong, he was like, I'm there. But no, I'm not going to say that. Ty wanted to come on for the first episode too, man. So, again, I appreciate you fellas, man, for being on here, supporting the platform. And just get your last words out the way, man. Promote whatever you got or just talk about what you got going on. I'm going to start with you, AJ.
Yeah. Y'all, as most of y'all know, some of y'all know I do work for ESPN, so I got a podcast going with those guys called Taxi Squad that premieres every Wednesday. I also have a podcast called Full Time Out that's out every Wednesday where I talk basketball, football, where you get more of the analytical side. On my Instagram and on my social media sites, AJ2K, you getting top 5 lists right now for I know some people hating on the list, it is what it is, but top 5 lists for every NFL position. So right now I'm on receivers. I just did quarterbacks. I'll probably move on to cornerbacks pretty soon. So that's a bit of me and what I do. Go Birds, Eagles, go Lakers, and Spence, get your rematch, man. Get your get back.
My last words. Thanks for having me on the show. Hopefully I come back on again for boxing because I love boxing. But my prospect to watch for in boxing is Kid Austin. So watch out for him.
Okay. Fast Camp.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on, allowing me on the show once again. Shout out to the panel too. Good stuff, good talking, and it's Refuse to Lose. Fast Camp.
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, just want to shout out Refuse to Lose, and yeah, I'm ready for the next show when that fight happens.
Hey man, we're gonna find an interim in between these big events, man, because you guys drop too much knowledge for us to just keep waiting for these big events. So we're gonna figure something out there. Tony?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun being on the panel with these guys here. It's you learn. And even me, I get to sit back and learn some of the things that they're saying, man, and to get a different perspective and see if I'm thinking the same way they're thinking. It's always fun to do that. And shout out to you guys, and great shout out to Refuse to Lose for inviting me on. It's dog season. For some of you guys who's in here and know what that means, it's dog season. We started broke camp on Wednesday to defend that 2-time.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
That 2-time world championship there. So go Dogs. I have no idea what the Indiana Pacers are going to do this year. Probably something. And the Patriots are practicing to come in 4th place. So, but no, actually, I mean, we're doing pretty good over there. I think we're going to probably sign Elliott, which would be a good sign. So I think that would be a good sign for us. But other than that, man, hey, peace to you fellas, and thanks for having me on again.
Hey man, my last words is more so. Look, can't believe me and the Eagle actually sided for something. We should have known that was bad juju right there.
Facts. That's facts.
But my last words, man, I would say a lot about the Cowboys, but that's gonna take too much of the time. Again, my last words again is, hey, just click the link in the description to subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, then you become a member. Once you become a member, you get all the perks and accolades that come with being a member. We Refuse to Lose. Again, this was another one of the boxing great panels. I know Dave wanted to be here. That's why he was going crazy in the comments. I'm so glad he wasn't here because that would have been another person that was here to kill me. So I'm straight on that. And again, man, I'll let y'all. And again, Refuse to Lose. We out. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.